So hi, it's been a while since we've done this. I haven't done any live broadcasts in a while, live painting sessions, studio mate in another state in a little while. I had a lot to deal with here at the house, but it's over with. It's all over with, and I've spent the past week cleaning up, washing the rugs and cleaning, and now that's done. I've also removed everything from the garage or the studio area that was basically just junk taking up space. It's all gone. We had the last of 5 garbage trucks here the other day hauling it all away. So now we get to focus on this again. We get to focus on painting. And in preparation for this, I started listening to a book my son recommended a while ago called, called Un-F Yourself by Gary John Bishop. And it was really good. A lot of it I know, and a lot of it I've been doing for the past, 6, 7 years, 8 years, just like getting out of my comfort zone, which was living on Cape Cod, living in a little house on Cape Cod, leaving everything I know and moving. And now I've moved, I can't remember how many times. I have the garage door open because the sunlight is good, so you're going to hear traffic. But I've moved from city to city and places within cities, and once I've started to get comfortable and know things well, I leave. I love leaving. I love going to new places. I love new adventures. So I've been listening to this book, and I highly recommend it. If you're stuck the way I was on Cape Cod and just kind of comfortable with the surroundings, but also uncomfortable because your life had no purpose or meaning, real meaning, and you know, I want to be an artist is way off. It's someday someone will discover me, and someday things will go my way. Someday somebody will turn over that rock I've been hiding under and pull me out and give me the life I think I want. If you're there, it's a really good book. If you need to be reminded that you have to do things, like just be relentless about your work and your goals, it's also a book for you, because that's where I am. I can't tell you how many times I've just thought, I'm really not getting anywhere. I'm very lucky I have support. I have some very good people around me, but at the same time, I'm not getting where I want to be. I'm just not there. This book, by Gary John Bishop, Un-F Yourself, has whole chapters that remind you to just keep going. And I mean, he gives you little sentences and examples to just keep going. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger was in Austria, and when he was growing up, America was a vague place. You know, there wasn't the information that there is today. It wasn't right there. He had no clear path to do what he wanted to do. He just decided he was going to America and he was going to build a movie career for himself. And then he decided he was going to be governor, which I'm not sure was a good thing, but he was able to do it. He just did it all. He put, caution to the wind and just did it. So I've been listening to his 7 different chapters, and I feel renewed, and I feel bolstered and validated as well. So I would strongly recommend it. I'm listening to it on Audible, but you can get it obviously on Amazon. You can get anything on Amazon. My favorite chapter right now has got to be his chapter on being relentless. Well, there were 2 of them. There were 2 that were getting to me, that really got me. And I've been going into my new job that I've had for almost 7 months, going, I got this. Because he has a whole chapter on, I got this. Instead of saying, oh, I don't know, it's, I got this, and then you got it. You just keep doing it until you got it. So I keep saying, I got this in difficult situations. And then also the relentless chapter. What did he say? Relentless is the act of doing something. I can't remember doing, oh, relentless is doing an act or something or other over and over and over and over and over again. And that's what we've been doing here, is painting over and over and over again. And things don't always work out well. And sometimes we're painting under very, very difficult circumstances, like the past 3 months. It's been horrible. It's as my friends have said, what a nightmare. But I kept trying anyway, and when I couldn't paint, or kept working anyway, and when I couldn't paint, I was in my drawing room drawing, working on illustrations for something I call Stories from Scootertown, a book series I've been working on for over 10 years. And somewhere in all this mess and anger and frustration, and I just can't even live with this anymore, I found a new way to illustrate, and so I've kept going. And you'll find examples of those illustrations on my Instagram page. But it's just being relentless instead of being sucked under by somebody else's world and not being able to breathe or come up and fulfill your life's purpose just because that other person that is closest to you has no life purpose, which was kind of what was going on. So, not letting their lack of drive or interest in life, their torment within themselves, make you stop. That's what I was kind of gleaning from the chapter on relentlessness, Anyway, I highly recommend that book. And I will be doing a live painting session maybe in a little bit, but I'm very, very tired. I have to cut stencils for the next piece I'm going to be doing, the next portrait I'm going to be doing, and I'll show you what I picked. And people have been making comments about my next choice because they think it'll be too difficult. There's someone online, someone I follow on Instagram called Jacob Tobias, and he is a they are a gender fluid person who has come out with a book called Sissy, and it cracks me up, and he cracks me up, or they crack me up, they crack me up, but also I love that we live in this time where you can be that person you wanted to be, you always wanted to be, and hopefully one day I'll be able to get there as well. Anyway, in the meantime, I'm always honoring the drag queens in Providence, Rhode Island. People who really, they see a deficiency in society, and they know, they see a deficiency in society or a wrong, and they know they are able to right it just by being themselves. Sophie Scholl is just a wonderful example of courage in a horrible, horrible time. She saw a deficiency and a wrong that needed to be right. Anyway, Jacob Tobias is pushing the gender boundaries, and we're fortunate enough to play audience to this, or I'm playing audience to this. So I'm going to be painting their portrait, and this is, oh shoot, sorry for the glare. This is my favorite photo, my favorite reference photo off Tobias's Instagram page. I just love it. It has a really magical 40s feel, and that magical Britain rising from the ashes feel that I really, really appreciate. I understand the book is wonderful. I haven't read it or listened to it yet. I will. But in the meantime, I'm just going to be capturing, those eyes, that position, the life that emanates from those beautiful eyes. And that's what I'm setting up behind me. Once again, it's a double-sided, it's a double panel piece, boink. It'll be a two-panel canvas as usual, easier to ship, but more importantly, makes things more interesting and complicated for me, which I totally love. So I'm going to drink my tea now. I've got my ginger tea because my tummy's a mess. I'm going to drink my ginger tea, and I'm going to go cut out stencils, and hopefully soon we'll be doing Studio Mate in another state. If I get the stencils done today, we'll just do a live painting session today. If not, it'll be very, very, very soon, I promise you. Now that we have peace and quiet, and I can focus on my work again and be absolutely relentless about my work, my painting, and what I want to do. Again, we will do it. All right? Thank you for your patience, and thank you for all the messages and emails. Much appreciated. Ciao.